All right, everyone. So I've got some pretty important info as well as a big warning for you guys, which is why I wanted to start off in the event screen here. And I wanted to talk about the exchange shop because something is actually happening right now, which is the first time that we've had in the global version of the game. And that is you will actually not be able to purchase everything in the exchange shop from this event. This is a first, I believe, every single event that we've had up until this point. If you've been efficient, if you've played the game every day, you've done everything that you need to do, you have had the potential to buy out the entire exchange shop. Well, that is not the case for the Kamara event. You cannot buy the entire exchange shop, and it's really important to know how this shop works as to which stuff you want to prioritize and which stuff maybe you can end up letting go, because if you make this mistake early on, then you're not going to be able to get the really good stuff and you're going to feel really, really badly about it. So I want to start off here by saying the best stuff, the most important stuff is going to be in the special tab right here. And the special tab is going to be the exchange shop for the purple crystals. Now, unfortunately, the purple crystals, if you look at the actual drop rate, these are going to be the rare ones, which only drop 10% of the time. However, you can end up getting these by exchanging the lower tier crystals as well. So both green and red crystals, you can exchange up to purple crystals, but actually getting them as a drop themselves, it's a pretty low chance. So I am not even going to count getting purple crystals in this video. We're going to just assume that you don't get any of them to drop, because with only 3 runs a day with a 10% drop rate, it's pretty difficult to tell exactly how many of these you're going to get. So let's just use the ones that you actually get from green and red crystal exchanges. And it's actually a pretty decent amount. So when it comes to exchanging, if you scroll down to the bottom here, you can end up exchanging a total of 80 of the green crystals for these purple crystals. So you can get 80 purple crystals in total from your greens. You can also, of course, exchange any leftover green crystals for red crystals as well. And something else that you're absolutely going to want to do is you're going to want to exchange your red crystals for purple crystals. And you can do that 80 times as well. So you can get a total of 160 purple crystals just from exchanging your greens and your reds. And I would say that's actually probably going to be your priority. If you take a look at the other stuff here that is available in the green crystal shop, you know, it's nice, it's cool, everybody loves boss materials, but this is the kind of stuff where worst case scenario, you can let go of it because there's going to be more important stuff out there for you in order to get. So I would absolutely prioritize getting those purple crystals first. Now, with the red crystals, same thing, right? Like, you know, nice stuff to have these chalices and whatnot. Even the 6-star ones, very, very tempting. I would still really go for these purple crystals because the purple crystals by far have the best stuff in the exchange shop. And even then, if you spend all of your crystals exchanging and you maximize the amount of purple crystals that you get the full 160 from the exchange shop, you're still, unfortunately, not going to be able to buy everything here for purple crystals. You're going to have to prioritize it. So out of everything that we've talked about so far, you can get 160 purple crystals. Now, I've gone through and I've added it up, and to buy out everything in the exchange shop for purple crystals would cost 269. So you can see here, there's just no way, unless you have the absolute craziest RNG in the world, that you are going to get, what would that be? 109 purple crystals as drops from the raid. You know, you're looking at 3 per run at a 10% chance, only 3 runs per day. It's just not going to happen in a 2-week period. So you're going to have to make some difficult decisions here. Now, let's just go through and take a look at the stuff, and I'll tell you guys kind of the priority order, what I'm going to be buying first. Obviously, you can make some changes here and there, but I'll also tell you guys some of the stuff that I think I'm going to be okay with skipping out on, not being able to fully clear the shop. Now, number one here, easily the number one item that I am going to buy, and I would suggest that you guys buy as well, is going to be the Part 2 Guaranteed SSR ticket. That's going to cost 15 of these purple crystals, one of the cheapest items available in the purple crystal shop as well, and one of the best items. So absolutely can't miss that out right there, especially when Darieri comes out, giving you an extra chance in order to pull her. That's going to be my first purchase. Now, number 2 here, you guys can actually, number 2 and number 3 kind of depends on where you're at in the game, what your priorities are. For me, it's going to end up being anvils. I'm going to buy out all of these. That's 50 anvils right there for a total of 60 of these purple crystals. However, for you, if you still want or need a bunch of SSR pendants, you could buy those out as well. Just remember, you can only buy one of these per day, so make sure that you start making those purchases early before the event shop closes on the 18th, or you won't be able to buy them all out because of that daily limit. So I think either or is a reasonable second purchase here. That's going to come in at either 60 crystals to buy out the anvils, or a total of 24 crystals to buy out the SSR pendants. Now, next up here, we've got the SR pendants right here at the top, right? This is probably going to end up being my next purchase. However, I think a reasonable contender as well, if you want to, you know, change plans a little bit from what we're going with right now. I think the Awakening Stones is reasonable. Now, the reason why I didn't put Awakening Stones above anything else on this list is we just had the Attack on Titan collaboration. We were getting 9 of those Awakening Stones each run. I know it's not as good as the JP version, unfortunately, but still I've accumulated quite a few of these, so I don't feel as pressured to buy them from the current event shop right now, which is why they are not as high as a priority. It also costs quite a bit of crystals here. You know, they're 7 each. Seems pretty expensive, but I guess everything here seems expensive except for the Part 2 SSR ticket, which seems to be easily the best value item that you get for your crystals. But either way, if you decide to go with the Awakening Stones, if you decide to go with the SR pendants, that's going to put you at an additional either 40 of these purple crystals, or for the Awakening Stones, that's an additional 70. So already right there, that's actually going to be more than the 160 that you end up getting from the exchange shop. So whichever of those items is your last purchase, you might have to actually lose out on a couple of them. So, you know, if you're short a couple of these SR pendants, if you're short a couple of the Awakening Stones, at this point, you know, whether you're going to be able to buy them all out or be a couple short is going to depend on your RNG, on how many of these purple crystals you actually get from the fight. But the one item that I am definitively going to unfortunately miss out on is probably going to be these SSR equipment selection tickets. It's a nice item, I'm not going to lie. If I could buy it, I absolutely 100% would. But out of everything else in the shop, I just feel like this probably takes the lowest priority, at least for me anyway. If you want to swap out, maybe change it so that instead of, you know, SR pendants, if you don't need any more of those, you could pick these up. But you can always farm SSR gear during the half stamina for free quests, and I just feel like with how expensive these are, 10 purple crystals each, I just feel like that's going to be the item that I feel comfortable with leaving out. So probably won't end up picking any of those, and that's really going to be it. You're definitely going to have to make some sacrifices here with this event, and I would absolutely say your priority should be getting all those purple crystals that you can to get the really important stuff, because the things for green and red crystals, you know, it's nice, but, you know, these things, it's okay if you miss out on them. It's not, you know, the end of the world or anything. If you do have some left over red crystals when you're done kind of exchanging, getting all your purples, I would probably lean towards going back and getting those 6-star chalices, though, just because they're 6-star, and that's pretty decent, especially if you're a newer player. But anyway, I wanted to point this out. This is the first time we really found ourselves in a situation like this, so I definitely thought it was worth an additional video really covering this in detail. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you learned and this video helped out. And if you did, and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you who decide to do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to right or below. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care everyone. This is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.